And welcome back. Getting ready to start Game 2 of this doubleheader. Starting lineups for Game 2 are presented by UNG Campus Connection. For the best selection of Nighthawk apparel, visit ungbookstore.com or the Campus Connection store nearest you. Georgia Southwestern starting lineup. The Hurricanes 22-29 now, 7-14 in the Peach Belt Conference after an 8-0 loss in 5 innings in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Leading off playing left, number 3, Brittany Davis. Batting second, the catcher, number 4, Michaela Barlow. Batting third, playing short, number 22, Haley Tierce. Batting fourth, the designated player, number 27, Jocelyn Martin. Batting fifth, playing first, number 21, Allie Denny. Batting sixth, playing third, number 23, Sabrina Saber. Batting seventh, pitching, number 25, Kaylee Sykes. Batting eighth, playing center, number 11, Ella Hawkins. And batting ninth, playing right, number 17, Emily Smith. Not hitting today, but playing second, number 12, Grayson Sanders, and they will face Bria Bush for the Nighthawks. 7-4 record, a 2.71 ERA, 11th start and 17 appearances, 59.1 innings as that pitch is fouled off down the third base line to start this ball game off. He's thrown 4 complete games for the Nighthawks this season, 66 hits, 36 runs, 23 earned, 33 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .278 against her. And the 0-1 is popped up on the infield. Bush will make the easy catch for out number 1. Set the lineup defensively for you for the Nighthawks. Left to right in the outfield. Be Lexi Duncan in left, Steph Hartness in center, Kaylin Anthony in right. And at the hot corners, Kaylee Turner at third, Jessica Finch at first. Up the middle at short, Sydney Sprague second, Jordan Deep. And behind the plate, completing the battery with Bria Bush, is Shelby Hammondtree. 1-0 pitch on the way from Bush. That ball is hit in the air to left. Lexi Duncan doesn't even have to move as Michaela Barlow with a fly out for out number 2. So quickly 2 and down for Bush as Haley Tierce comes to the plate. Sophomore hitting .347 on the year, 11 homers, 50 RBIs. And she was someone the Nighthawks needed to really try to shut down to have success. And Kylie Smith getting the win in Game 1, able to hold Tierce 0 for 2 as the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Look for Bria Bush to do more of the same here in Game 2. Try to keep Tierce off the base paths as that ball is hit through the hole between short and third. And Tierce with her first hit of the doubleheader, a seeing eye single to left field. Saw her hit a ball much like that in Game 1 that Sydney Sprague was able to get to in the hole and make a nice throw to get her at first. So that time, that ball just a couple of feet farther away from Sprague and into left field. Be the first hit of the ball game for Georgia Southwestern, and that'll bring Martin to the plate, the sophomore hitting .419, 6 homers, 41 RBIs as that ball is hit in the air to right field. Anthony ranging into the gap, going to make the catch for out number 3, and that's going to do it for the Hurricanes in a quick top of the first inning. So Bria Bush able to hold Georgia Southwestern scoreless. We'll see if the Nighthawks can get a run as we head to the bottom of the first here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Honey, would some Captain D's make you feel better?
Yeah.
When you love seafood this much,
Back again?
I hope it's just a clumsy phase.
it's gotta be D's. Anything's worth it for our new home-style flounder meal or double dozen shrimp. Also try our grilled menu featuring new Tuscan tilapia. For full meals starting at just $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
Cherokee Septic Tanks is proud to support UNG softball. Cherokee Septic offers precast and plastic septic tanks, as well as leach field materials. They offer innovative wastewater solutions for lots that have rocky soils or cannot meet setbacks required by the Environmental Health Branch. They also clean, install, and repair septic tanks. Visit Cherokee Septic Tanks in Murphy, North Carolina, or call them today at 888-644-9385.
UNG softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by Kemp Trucking Company, Cherokee Septic Tanks, and Steak and Shake. Get the hitting part of the Nighthawk lineup to you, leading off playing short, number 21, Sydney Sprague. Batting second, playing center, number 9, Steph Hartness. Batting third, the designated player, number 0, Alicia Frierson. Batting fourth, playing right, number 5, Kaylin Anthony. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 8, Shelby Hammondtree. Batting sixth, playing left, number 33, Alexi Duncan. Batting seventh, playing second, number 32, Jordan Deep. Batting eighth, playing third, number 20, Kaylee Turner. And batting ninth, playing first, number 10, Jessica Finch. And Sprague steps to the plate. She was able to go 1 for 2 with a 2-run bomb to left in game 1 of this doubleheader. Count is now 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 on the way here to Sprague, and a hitter on a 2-0 count, so Sprague will head down to first. And the Nighthawks have a base runner quickly in this bottom of the first inning. Brings Steph Hartness to the plate, 4.03 average, 8 homers, 30 RBIs. Hartness in game 1, able to go 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Also stole a base. First pitch out on the outer third for strike 1. It'll be key for Hartness and Sprague to make their presence known at the top of this lineup. The Nighthawks have 4 freshmen hitting after them. 0-1 on the way, low and away for ball 1. We saw the freshmen really do well in game 1 last weekend against Young Harris, a game that Hartness and Sprague were kept off base for the most part. But if those two can get on, we saw what can happen in game 1 as in the first inning, saw Frierson with a single to right. Kaylin Anthony able to lay down a bunt like Steph Hartness did there. The throw to first, not going to be in time. Sprague going to be at second. So an excellent bunt laid down there by Hartness. And runners on first and second now. Nighthawks pick up their first hit of the ball game. It's going to bring Alicia Frierson to the plate. Frierson in game 1, 2 for 3, 2 runs and an RBI. Mentioned that she singled in that bottom of the first inning, singled on a hit and run that allowed Hartness to get to third. First pitch low for ball 1. She also doubled in a run in the bottom of the second inning, scored a run herself, finished 2 for 3. That 1-0 is ripped into the gap, but a nice play in left by Davis. And the catch is made for out number 1. So Frierson squares the ball up well, but Davis with a racing catch into the gap for out number 1. That's going to bring Kaylin Anthony to the plate. Anthony 0 for 1 with a run in game 1. Laid down a sacrifice bunt and ended up reaching second as the throw came home. Hartness was safe and Anthony able to advance to second as no one was covering for Georgia Southwestern. First pitch back to the screen. Runners will move up, so Sprague heads to third. Hartness heads to second. And the Nighthawks with a golden opportunity here to get runs on the board in the bottom of the first inning. It was a situation much like this one in the bottom of the first with Anthony to the plate that saw the Nighthawks really make their mark in game 1. Corners in for Georgia Southwestern as a 1-0 is hit to first. Play will be made, but a run will be scored by the Nighthawks as Sprague able to come home. It'll be scored 3 unassisted as Denny able to make the catch and goes to first for out number 2. The Hurricanes trade a run for an out as Shelby Hammondtree comes to the plate. Hammondtree had a whale of a first game in the doubleheader, 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs. Had a couple of doubles and a walk-off solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 5th that ended the ball game for the Nighthawks as they won 8-0 via the mercy rule. And the 0-1 on the way to Hammondtree. That ball is hit to third. The play is going to be made. The throw across the diamond, and the call is out. as Denny was able to keep her foot on the bag, and that's going to do it for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the first inning, but they're able to strike first in this bottom of the first inning, and we're going to head to the top of the second with the Nighthawks up 1-0 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
24 meals under $4, just like in 1934.
$4 was a lot in those days. That can't be right.
Oh, I was there. Back then, you not only got to choose from 24 meals under $4, you also got a shave, a shoe shine, and a new suit. Used to be called Steak and Shake and Shave and Shoe Shine and Suit. They even put it on the sign. Till it broke.
Is that a steak and shake suit?
Walter, did this look like a Steak and Shake suit?
Get 24 meals for under $4, only at Steak and Shake.
UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by UNG Campus Connection, the Smith House, and Captain D's, as it'll be 6-7-8 due up for the Hurricanes as they face Bria Bush for inning number 2. Bush able to get a pretty easy 7-pitch top of the first inning for 3 outs. Gave up 1 hit, but was able to only throw 7 pitches. We'll see if she can have more of the same success here, as it'll be Allie Denny at the plate, the designated player in Game 1. She'll play first in this Game 2. Saw her with a nice stretch on a throw from short to end the top of the first inning. She was able to stretch out, keep her foot on the bag, and help to retire Shelby Hammondtree. First pitch on the way to Denny, hit back to Bush. And she makes the throw to first, and quickly 1 up, 1 out, 1 pitch in this top of the second inning. That'll bring Sabrina Saber to the plate. Freshman, 351 on the year, no homers, 20 RBIs. Game 1, Saber finished 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. She struggled to figure out Kylie Smith for the Nighthawks. And the 1-0 in the dirt. And the count will be 2 balls, no strikes as skies continue to darken here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium. We had a rain delay a lightning delay, at the end of Game 1. Didn't really affect our start time too much. It's a 2-0. This is high and in for ball 3, but with each strike of lightning that is picked up by a device here at the Hill, if it's within a certain radius, then it's an automatic 30-minute delay. As the 3-0 on the way, finds a zone for strike 1. And looking off down the right field line in foul territory, really starting to cloud up. And so far we've had softball here at the Hill. The 3-1 fouled off down the third base line. The count will be full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Georgia Southwestern offense was held to 2 hits in Game 1. 3-2 pitch on the way, low for ball 4. So Bush allows a walk with 1 away here in the top of the second inning. It's going to bring Kaylee Sykes, the pitcher, to the plate. Sykes hitting 188 on the year, 1 homer, 4 RBIs. First pitch finds the zone for strike 1. It's Bush able to get ahead in the count here. Montevallo looking in Peach Belt Conference play at other scores. Montevallo a 4-1 win over UNC Pembroke in Game 1. That 0-1 finds the zone for strike 2. Armstrong State, a 12-2 win over Augusta University. Columbus State, who we'll see tomorrow, currently scoreless with Young Harris in the top of the fourth. And the 0-2 hit the third. Throw is going to go to second for one. The turn not in time. But the Nighthawks are able to get the lead runner. As Deep is able to get over to second, receives the throw from Turner. So runner on first, 2 away. So Ella Hawkins strides to the plate. Hawkins 1 for 1 in game 1. He's also hit by a pitch. That first pitch is hit out to center. Steph Hartness able to make an easy catch for out number 3, and that's going to do it for Georgia Southwestern at the top of the second inning. So they get a walk with 1 away, but unable to do anything else in the inning. After 1.5, it's the Nighthawks 1 and the Hurricanes nothing here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Enough.
Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
The UNG Campus Connection is your university bookstore. It's the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom, and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Campus Connection is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by ATLFreight.com, Eagles Sports Chairs, and Peachtree Packaging. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up in this bottom of the second inning. The Nighthawks able to get a run in the bottom of the first. See if they can add more runs with the bottom of this lineup, as they are facing Kaylee Sykes for Georgia Southwestern. We expected, based on early week action, for Brittany Childs to be the one to throw game 2 for Georgia Southwestern, but Childs had to come in and relieve Shannon Gibson in game 1. So it'll be Kaylee Sykes on the mound. She's 4-7 with a 5.76 ERA, making her 19th appearance, her 12th start, 68 innings pitched, 89 hits, 63 runs, 56 of them earned, 47 walks, 39 Ks. As the first pitch popped up on the infield, the catch will be made by Sanders at second for out number 1. Opponents are hitting .318 against Sykes as well. And it'll be Jordan Deep to come to the plate. Deep was 0 for 1 in game 1. She was replaced in the top of the third by Morgan Hilton. And the first pitch on the way to Deep finds a zone for strike 1. On the year, Deep, a .211 hitter, does have 6 home runs and 12 RBIs. Oh, 1 pitch, low and in for ball 1. And the 1-1 on the way to Deep. Finds the inside corner for strike 2. Count will be a ball and 2 strikes. Deep is a transfer from Georgia Tech. And the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week, March 20th. She had .538 the week before, including 2 homers and doubleheader win against Francis Marion. 2-2 pitch on the way. That ball is hit down to third. Saber going to make the catch and the throw across to first. So that ball was scalded to third by Deep, but was hit right at the third baseman Saber. And it's going to be 2 away as Kaylee Turner comes to the plate. Turner was able to pick up a hit in game 1. It's 1 for 2 and scored a run. Average sitting at 286. First pitch on the way. And that one was ball 1. That's probably about a 40-foot pitch right there from Kaylee Sykes. 1-0 on the way. This one is hit off the end of the bat to short. Tier's going to make the catch and the throw across to first. And that's going to do it for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the second. So they're sat down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left at the end of 2 complete. 1-0 Nighthawks here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for giving. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for helping me be a Nighthawk.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by CrossFit Dahlonega, App Outfitters, and Aramark. As Bria Bush out to face 9-1-2 in this Georgia Southwestern lineup. Only given up 1 hit so far, and the Nighthawks are yet to allow a run in this doubleheader. First pitch on the way by Bush, misses inside for ball 1. Not uncommon for the Nighthawks to shut out teams in doubleheaders in Peach Belt Conference play. We saw them do it back-to-back series. First one against Augusta University, March 26th. It's a 1-0 pitch, misses inside for ball 2. And then the very next series, April 1st, we saw Nighthawks shut out USC Aiken. So they went 4 games without giving up a run. 4 full complete games in Peach Belt Conference play without giving up a run. It's a 2-0 on the way, high and in for ball 3. And normally whenever you don't give up runs in a doubleheader, it's pretty hard to lose those ball games. So Nighthawk pitching staff did their part in those games. The offense did theirs as well. So Nighthawks were able to win all 4 of those, both of those doubleheader series. So that 3-0 pitch finds the zone for strike 1. And it's Emily Smith at the plate. Smith in game 1, 0 for 2. That pitch misses for ball 4, so she'll have a leadoff walk. And not something you like to see from a pitcher to start the inning. And the old adage comes into play, leadoff walk always comes around to score. See if that holds true here. As a leadoff hitter coming to the plate for Georgia Southwestern. First pitch finds its zone for strike 1. It's Brittany Davis. So for 1, popped out to the pitcher to start the ball game. In fact, Bush had a 7-pitch first inning. Made quick work of the top of the lineup in that inning. 0-1 pitch on the way here. That bunt is laid down. Turner going to pick it up, throw to first, and the throw looks like it got away. And it looks like it's going to be runner interference trying to make the catch. So Davis will be out at first. As the call was runner interference, looks like she might have strayed just a little bit outside of the baseline there, got in the way of the throw, and didn't allow Finch to make the catch. So the runner will move to second. But Davis will be out on runner's interference at first. In fact, the runner will have to come back to first on that. So a double whammy there for Georgia Southwestern. What was a good bunt by Davis turns out to be the same result as a strikeout. And first pitch on the way here from Bush. It's hit back up the middle, deep, able to make a nice diving stab and able to glove the ball to Sprague at short. And the Nighthawks showed off the leather in game one, and another great play there is deep, going to a right up the middle, had to play the carom off of the second base bag, still had enough momentum to flip that ball back to Sprague, who was able to glove the ball before the runner got there. So Smith is out at second. It'll be Barlow on first. There will be 2 away. And it's Haley Tierce coming to the plate. 1 for 1. Singled with 2 away in the top of the first. Was stranded at first. And she is the run producer in this lineup for the most part for Georgia Southwestern. 1-0 lines inside corner for strike 1. Tierce was named the Freshman of the Year last year in the Peach Belt Conference. He's also named to the NFCA Southeast All-Region First Team. 1-1 on the way. High for ball 2. She was also a finalist for National Freshman of the Year. And last year set Georgia Southwestern's school record for most homers and RBIs in a season. So a dangerous hitter at the plate here. Has the chance to turn this game on its head with one swing of the bat. 2-1 on the way, low for ball 2. And the 3-1 on the way here to Tierce. That ball is hit in the air, foul territory. The play made by Turner at third, and that's going to do it for the Hurricanes in the top of the third inning. So what could have been a good inning for them is stuffed out by North Georgia, and we head to the bottom of the third with a 1-0 Nighthawk lead here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Honey, would some Captain D's make you feel better?
Yeah.
When you love seafood this much,
Back again?
I hope it's just a clumsy phase.
it's gotta be D's. Anything's worth it for our new home-style flounder meal or double dozen shrimp. Also try our grilled menu featuring new Tuscan tilapia. For full meals starting at just $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by Kemp Trucking Company, Cherokee Septic Tanks, and Steak and Shake. So it'll be 9-1-2 due up in the order for the Nighthawks. Able to get a run in the bottom of the first, but we're sat down in order in the bottom of the second. Kaylee Sykes, who gets to start here in game 2. Georgia Southwestern came into game 1 of this doubleheader with a 3-game winning streak in Peach Belt Conference play, but that came to a skidding halt. The Nighthawks were able to win 8-0 in game 1. Pitching staff in conference play, an ERA of 5.08, and opponents hitting .329 against them. And the Nighthawks certainly had no trouble in game 1. Saw a lot of hard hit balls in that ball game, a couple of home runs, a couple of doubles. Game 2 has been a little bit of a different story though. The Nighthawks only have 1 hit so far into the third inning. They already had 7 runs by this point in game 1. First pitch on the way to Jessica Finch. Finds the zone for strike 1. In game 1. Finch finished 0 for 1. And the 0-1 pitch to Finch. Ball bounced way in front of the plate for ball 1. Softball team not the only team in action as the 1-1 is hit into right field. Running catch made by Smith for out number 1. We have a number of programs that are in action today. Baseball will play later on at Columbus State. And baseball team number 1, the Peach Belt Conference, getting close to being able to clinch the regular season title. It's theoretically possible, but have to go into a lot of math and a lot of statistics. We'll see if they can hold on to their number 1 ranking, get a sweep at Columbus State. See a 1 low for ball 1 to Sydney Sprague, who was hit by a pitch in the bottom of the first inning, came around to score. Scored on a Kalen Anthony ground out. 1-1 hit to short. Tierce makes the catch and the throw. Gets Sprague by a step at first, and that'll be out number 2 as Steph Hartness comes to the plate, 1 for 1 with a single. And Peach Belt Conference Championship in men's and women's golf going on right now. That'll be going on all day. Men's and women's tennis with the final home match of the year going on over at Yahula Creek. As we mentioned, baseball also at Columbus State later this evening. First pitch on the way to Hartness. Misses away and low for ball 1. We'll have a final Peach Belt Conference home series of the year for the Nighthawk baseball next weekend as they'll take on Flagler in a Friday-Saturday set. We'll have a doubleheader on Saturday as the 1-0 misses outside for ball 2, and the count will be 2 balls and no strikes. So it's getting to be that time of the year where contests get that much tighter. Each game means that much more, and this weekend certainly means a lot for this Nighthawk softball team. 2-0 pitch away for ball 3. If they can get the sweep here in game 2 and get a sweep of Columbus State tomorrow in softball action, then the Nighthawks will clinch at least a share of the Peach Belt Conference regular season title. 3-0 pitch misses outside for ball 4, so Hartness able to walk on 4 straight pitches. If the Nighthawks were to win 3 out of their last 4, they do have a makeup game against Montevallo in Montevallo on Tuesday. They would win a share of the Peach Belt Conference title, but would not get the number 1 seed as Armstrong State, Georgia College both hold tiebreakers over them. And if they win out the rest of the way, then they will be de facto Peach Belt Conference regular season title holders, and will also get the number 1 seed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. 0-1 on the way here. High for ball 2 to Frierson. It was 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. So a lot on the line this weekend. Off to a good start for the Nighthawks, though, with an 8-0 win in game 1. 1-1 pitch on the way. That ball is ripped to third, but a nice catch at third by Saber, and that's going to do it for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the third, so they're able to get a 2-out walk, but unable to do anything with it. We head to the top of the 4th with score 1-0 Nighthawks here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
See the Levy's parked in front of our house again.
It's a free country, Dad.
Our house, our spot. Those are the rules.
Okay, who wants sweet rolls?
Oh, I do.
Me too.
Oh, are those King's Hawaiian rolls?
Thanks, Carol.
Everybody loves the sweet, fluffy deliciousness of King's Hawaiian bread. Find us in the deli or in-store bakery. Also try the complete line of King's Hawaiian sandwich rolls.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by UNG Campus Connection, the Smith House, and Captain D's. Bria Bush on the mound for the top of the 4th inning. She will face 4, 5, 6 in this Hurricane lineup. So far, the rain has held up as we're in the top of the 4th. Threatening skies just to our right. But still no rain, no more lightning either. It's been a nice day for softball here at the Hill as the first pitch fouled down the left field line. Started off partly cloudy. Hasn't been too warm today. And with the way this press box is situated, sometimes it can be a little bit of a sun field right here, as the sun can sometimes come directly into the box as that ball is lined to left field. Duncan able to make the catch route number 1. But to this point, it's been a really pleasant afternoon. It's the final weekend of Peach Belt Conference softball action. Have the Peach Belt Conference tournament next weekend. As the first pitch low for ball 1, that'll take place in Milledgeville. And in all likelihood, have to wait until at least the end of Tuesday to figure out the final seeding. Yeah, it's a 1-0 on the way. That ball is hit in the air down the left field line. Foul territory. Duncan ranging, able to make the catch for out number 2. So a pair of flyouts, one in fair territory, one in foul territory. To Lexi Duncan is how Georgia Southwestern gets this top of the 4th inning going. And coming to the plate, Sabrina Saber, who was 0 for 2 in game 1. Picked up a walk her first time in game 2. Made a nice stab at third to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. A lot of times you'll see a good defensive play turn into offense at the plate. We'll see if that happens right here for Saber. 1-0 pitch on the way here from Bush. That ball is hit to short. Sprague able to glove, throws across the diamond, and that's going to do it for Georgia Southwestern in the top of the 4th. So the Hurricanes go down in order, and it's a 1-0 lead in favor of North Georgia as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Hand-dipped with real milk is the only way to make a milkshake. You can't trust machines.
Now how come?
Once I got a machine-made shake from some other place, and it clanked and clunked and spit out a glop into my glass. And do you know what it was made of?
Artificial turf?
What? No, powder.
What?
Powder.
Chowder.
Come in today for hand-dip shakes made with real milk. Only at Steak and Shake.
Cherokee Septic Tanks is proud to support UNG Softball. Cherokee Septic offers precast and plastic septic tanks, as well as leach field materials. They offer innovative wastewater solutions for lots that have rocky soils or cannot meet setbacks required by the Environmental Health Branch. They also clean, install, and repair septic tanks. Visit Cherokee Septic Tanks in Murphy, North Carolina, or call them today at 888-644-9385.
UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by ATLFree.com, Eagle Sports Chairs, and Peachtree Packaging. The Nighthawks come to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning. Be 4, 5, 6 due up for the Nighthawks. Kaylin Anthony, Shelby Hammondtree, Lexi Duncan. And a fun little note concerning this matchup. This UNG Georgia Southwestern series has a family connection this year, as 2 sisters will be coaching against each other. UNG grad assistant Molly Child is in her first season in Dahlonega. Will go up against her sister Abby, who's an assistant coach for Georgia Southwestern. She's actually the head recruiting coach as well. It's the first time they'll go up against each other in coaching profession as the first pitch finds its own for strike one. A fun little bit of sisterly competition. So far it's Molly who's got the upper hand as the 0-1 hit into the gap into right center field, and that one's going to be cut off by Hawkins in center. The throw in, not in time, so it's Kaylin Anthony with a leadoff double in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Nighthawks with a nice start at the plate as Shelby Hammondtree comes to the plate 0 for 1. Had a couple of doubles and a homer in game 1 of this series. The leadoff solo homer in the 5th won it for the Nighthawks as the mercy rule came into play, and we'll have a pinch runner heading out to second. That'll be Allison Neely, who played in the outfield in game 1, came on as a defensive replacement in the top of the 3rd inning. Neely is 6 for 6 in stolen bases, so good speed on the base paths at second for the Nighthawks. And Hammondtree about to step in the box. She hit 2 home runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and weekend series against Young Harris last weekend. First pitch hit down the third base line and foul. Hammondtree tried to ambush the first pitch there. Had another homer in the bottom of the 5th, so in Peach Belt Conference play, it's 3 straight games where Hammondtree has had a homer in the bottom of the 5th. See if she can do it an inning earlier this time. The count is no balls and a strike. Nighthawks only up 1-0 after scoring 8 in game 1. The 0-1 down and in for ball 1. Count will be a ball and a strike. Knew that, well, thinking coming into this one is it might be a little bit of a high-powered affair as Georgia Southwestern scores over 5 runs a game. The Nighthawks nearly 6, but that 1-1 is hit into left. And rounding third, heading home is Neely. She will score easily for the 2nd run. So Shelby Hammondtree an RBI single to left, and the Nighthawks with a 2-0 lead. Well, we knew the Nighthawks could score because they were averaging 6 runs a game. Georgia Southwestern at 5 runs, but Kylie Smith with a great performance, 5 innings. Struck out 5, only gave up 2 hits. And she was really able to neutralize the middle of the order for Georgia Southwestern in game 1. We've seen much the same from Bria Bush in game 2. And she's only given up 1 hit to the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. And now looks like a little bit of time as a pitcher for Georgia Southwestern, Kaylee Sykes, perhaps wiping some sweat or moisture of some sort off of her hands. Sky's still threatening overhead, but it's yet to really start to rain here in Dahlonega. We'll hope the rain holds off for the rest of this ball game as Lexi Duncan steps to the plate. And also Whitney Worth pinch running out at first. Worth is 6 for 7 in stolen bases. First pitch to Duncan is bunted foul. So Nighthawks using another pinch runner. It worked in the batter before as Shelby Hammondtree was replaced by Allison Neely, who was able to, as Kaylin Anthony was replaced by Allison Neely. Neely was able to score on an RBI single by Hammondtree to left. So we'll see if fresh legs on the base paths can work for the Nighthawks again. Lexi Duncan showed bunt. And so Denny in at first, Saber in at third. Count is no balls and 1 strike. And the 0-1 here, the bunt laid down by Duncan, and it will roll just foul. Smart there by Denny to let that one roll foul instead of picking it up fair, as if she picked that one up, would have been tough to get Duncan at first. Count now, no balls, 2 strikes. See if Coach Mike Davenport decides to stay with the bunt or decides to let Duncan hit away. Duncan, a .397 hitter after her first at bat this ball game. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Duncan is 0 for 2 in this ball game, and that'll be out number 1 as Jordan Deep comes to the plate. Deep is 0 for 1, grounded out to third her first time. Also 0 for 1 in game 1. Looking for her first hit of the doubleheader here. Runner on first with 1 away. The second baseman has good power. First pitch is ripped foul down the third base line. As we mentioned last game, she's named Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week for March 20th, 2017. She had hit .538 with 2 home runs and a doubleheader against Francis Marion. That 0-1 is ripped to short. Getting back to first is Worth. So another hard hit ball, but right at someone. And that's going to be out number 2 in the inning. That'll bring Kaylee Turner to the plate, who's 0 for 1. Turner was 1 for 2 in game 1, scored a run. Watches that one go by for ball 1. So Worth pinch running for Shelby Hammondtree at first after she drove in Allison Neely, who pinch ran for Kaylin Anthony after her double. That's how the Nighthawks were able to double their lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. Been able to hold Georgia Southwestern scoreless through 9 innings of play in this doubleheader so far. 2-0 pitch on the way to Turner. Ball is fouled over the first base dugout. It's been a nice Friday afternoon so far. Got doubleheader action for you on the Nighthawk Sports Network tomorrow. Softball will once again take the field. They'll play Columbus State in 2 games of a doubleheader. First pitch set for 2 p.m. As a 2-1 on the way here. High for ball 3. Nighthawks, after that first game, extended their league winning streak to 9 games as that 3-1 is ripped to center field, but the catch made nicely by Hawkins in right center, and we'll address that winning streak when we head to the top of the 5th. And it's the Nighthawks who were able to get a run on a Shelby Hammondtree single and take a 2-0 lead to the top of the 5th on the Nighthawk Sports Network. UNG Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is presented by CrossFit Dahlonega, App Outfitters, and Airmark as it's 7-8-9 due up to face Bria Bush in this top of the 5th inning. She's held Georgia Southwestern to no runs on 1 hit. In fact, the Hurricanes only have 3 hits total in this doubleheader series in 9 innings of play. So the Nighthawk pitchers have made their presence known, but the defense has played pretty well. We saw a nice play in the top of the 3rd by Jordan Deep. Was able to glove a ball up the middle and flip with her glove to Sprague, who was covering from short. Saw a couple of nice plays in game 1. Shelby Hammondtree, a diving catch on a bunt foul. Saw Allison Neely make a diving catch in left As the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Count will be no balls and 2 strikes. Sydney Sprague in game 1 made a nice play into the hole. She had to range toward the third base side of the hole and make the throw all the way across the diamond to record an out. As the 0-2 misses down and away for ball 1. And the Nighthawks came into this series number 3 in the conference in fielding with a .968 fielding percentage, and showing why they do so well with the glove. 1-2 pitch ripped foul down the third base line. At the plate is the pitcher in today's game number 2, so Haley Sykes. 0 for 1, 1-2 in the dirt. And the count will be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sykes had limited action last year, was 0 for 2 with a run. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. That ball is hit into right field. Lexi Duncan, who's over in right now, able to make the catch for out number 1. As Allison Neely stays in the ball game and is in left field. It's the only change to tell you about. So she'll enter the lineup for Kaylin Anthony. We saw that happen in game 1. Once again, see it happen here in game 2. As that ball is hit into left center field by the center fielder for Georgia Southwestern, Ella Hawkins. She's got a 1-out single. Runner on first, 1 away. It's going to bring Emily Smith to the plate. Drew a walk her first time up. First pitch on the way to Smith. Hit foul down the third base line. And the count will be no balls and a strike. Smith's transfer from the University of Mobile. He's a 2-time Gold Glover in high school. As the 0-1 on the way. Miss for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. Game 1, Smith went 0 for 2. That 1-1 misses low for ball 2. Bush has surrendered 2 walks and 2 hits in this ball game, 4 base runners for Georgia Southwestern. And that's a 2-1 on the way. Low for ball 3. No strikeouts for Bush, but she's gotten 8 flyouts and 5 groundouts. And the 3-1 on the way. Low for ball 4. She surrenders her 3rd walk of the ball game. Smith able to pick up her 2nd. Heading to second is Hawkins, so runners on first and second with 1 away. Coach Davenport going to head out to the mound, have a conversation. Bush got the start in the 2nd game of the midweek against Union. She picked up the win, going 7 innings, giving up 1 earned run in that game 2 win on Tuesday. Nighthawks won that game by an 8-2 score. Also, Bush, a transfer from the University of Tennessee. Some more SEC lineage on the field for the Nighthawks. Mentioned in the bottom of the 4th that the Nighthawks come into this one on a 9-game winning streak in the league. And beginning of the year, they started 7-4 in Peach Belt Conference play, and it looked like they might not have as great a season as they would hope as that ball hit back to the pitcher. Bush going to throw to third to get the out. But since that little bit of a rough start by Nighthawk standards, rattled off 16 straight, or no, excuse me, 9 straight to make it to 16 wins on the season. They put themselves in prime position to bring home another regular season title and another #1 seed in Peach Belt Conference tournament play. Be anxious to see regional rankings next week as well, as the 1-0 pitch low for ball 2. Nighthawks were able to host a regional and super regional last year in postseason play. See if they're able to pick up the top seed in the region this year. 2-0 pitch on the way. That ball's hit on the ground to second. The flip to short, and that's going to do it for Georgia Southwestern in the top of the 5th inning. So they're able to get a pair of runners on, but Bria Bush able to strand them right there, and we head to the bottom of the 5th with the Nighthawks up 2-0 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Honey, did some Captain D's make you feel better?
Yeah.
When you love seafood this much,
Back again?
I hope it's just a clumsy phase.
it's gotta be D's. Anything's worth it for our new home-style flounder meal or double dozen shrimp. Also try our grilled menu featuring new Tuscan tilapia. For full meals starting at just $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
The UNG Campus Connection is your university bookstore. It's the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom, and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Campus Connection is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
9-1-2 due up for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Finch, and then the top of the lineup with Sprague and Hartness. Nighthawks lead 2-0 in game 2 of this doubleheader. Looking to go for the sweep against Georgia Southwestern. 8-0 winners in 5 innings in game 1. It's been a tighter affair here in game 2. Only 5 hits combined between the two teams. And only 2 runs, a single run in the bottom of the 1st for the Nighthawks as Kaylin Anthony, who has since departed the ball game, rounded out to first unassisted. Scoring was Sydney Sprague, who reached on a hit by pitch. Kaylin Anthony, what double to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, was pulled for pinch runner Allison Neely, who would come around to score on a Shelby Hammondtree single. And that's all the scoring we've had in this game 2. Kylie Smith warming up in the North Georgia bullpen got the win in game 1. Went 5 innings. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, and 5 Ks. First pitch low for ball 1 to Finch, who's 0 for 1 so far in this ball game. Flew out to right. Went 0 for 1 in game 1 as well. 1-0 finds the inside corner for strike 1. Finch was selected to the 2017 Peach Belt Conference preseason all-conference team. And the 1-1 on the way. That ball is hit in the air to center field. On her horse back is Hawkins. She'll make the catch for out number 1. So Finch able to give that ball a ride. But Hawkins, who's played pretty well in center field in game 2, able to make a nice catch. Flip the lineup. Sydney Sprague will come to the plate, 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch and scored a run in the bottom of the 1st. Grounded out to short in the bottom of the 3rd. Saw her hit a towering long home run to left center in game 1. Came in the bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch on the way to Sprague, high and away for ball 1. It's part of a 7-run blitz in the first 2 innings by the Nighthawks. He would go on to get the game-clinching run in the bottom of the 5th on another home run by Shelby Hammondtree. 1-0 on the way to Sprague, high and away for ball 2. And since those 7 runs in the first 2 innings that the Nighthawks were able to credit to Shannon Gibson. It's really been a combination of Brittany Childs in Game 1 and Kaylee Sykes in Game 2 who've done a nice job of really shutting down this Nighthawk attack, averaging almost 6 runs a game. And if you take out those innings pitched by Gibson, then the Nighthawks have only been able to score 3 runs in the last 7 or so innings. Sprague able to draw a leadoff walk there. And Steph Hartness comes to the plate. 1 for 1, singled in the first, walked in the third. And in Game 1, Hartness finished 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. First pitch on the way to her here finds a zone for strike 1. And Hartness, a transfer from Florida State. Down in the zone, the count will be a ball and a strike. We've got a couple of SEC transfers, a couple of ACC transfers for the Nighthawks. And the 1-1, that ball is cranked deep to right field. That ball is way out of here. A 2-run home run for Hartness in the bottom of the 5th, and that doubles the Nighthawk lead once again, 4-0. And Hartness making her impression on this ball game. She touches home plate for her second hit of the ball game. And perhaps that'll spark this offense a little bit. Got a 1-out walk from Sprague. And then Steph Hartness able to hit her 9th home run of the year. Be 1 away. As Alicia Frierson will come to the plate. Frierson is 0 for 2 here in Game 2. Game 1, she had a single and a double in the first and the second. Also lined out to third. First pitch here held off down the first base line. With 1 swing of the bat, this lead once again doubled for the Nighthawks. Bats have come alive in the last couple of innings. And 1 pitch on the way low for ball 1. Got a leadoff double and an RBI single to start the 4th. But Sykes was able to sit down the rest of the order. 1-1 pitch out over the press box. Sykes got Finch to fly out to start the inning, but Sydney Sprague a 4-pitch walk, and then Steph Hartness cranked a ball to right field. The 3rd home run the Nighthawks have hit so far this afternoon, and one of the best teams in the Peach Belt Conference at doing that. They're at 49 home runs now. Is that swing and a miss by Frierson to throw to first, and they got her at first. Really, really close play there, but Georgia Southwestern able to complete the strikeout. They're 2 away in the inning now. And it'll be Allison Neely to come to the plate. It's a pinch runner for Kaylin Anthony last inning. Came around to score on a Shelby Hammond-Tree single. Stays in the ball game. Got an at-bat last ball game as well. Went 0 for 1. First pitch to Neely fouled back to the screen. Neely won a state championship in high school playing for Burns High School. Also a Gold Glove Award winner in high school. 0-1 on the way. Down for ball 1. You can see why Coach Davenport is comfortable letting her play out the rest of the game in the outfield. Just another defensive weapon to add to what our defensive weapons are all over the field for the Nighthawks. Pretty good speed as well, 6 for 6 in stolen bases, 1-1 high for ball 2. With the way Shelby Hammond-Tree is hitting the ball right now, you can get Neely on here with 2 outs, and it almost acts as another start to the inning. And the 2-1 on the way. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Be ball 3. The umbrella starting to come out here at the hill. It's been threatening to rain all day. Well, really since the conclusion of game 1 when we had an announcement for a lightning strike in the area. 3-1 pitch on the way. Ball is fouled off down the third base line. Count will be full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. And really since then, skies have darkened considerably, but the rain has held off so far. Neely, lefty, facing the righty Sykes. 3-2-2 pitch. And it's on the way. Finds the outside corner for strike 3, and that's going to do it for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the 5th. But Steph Hartness adds 2 more runs with a 2-run home run to right, and we head to the top of the 6th with the Nighthawks leading 4-0 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Hand-dipped with real milk is the only way to make a milkshake. You can't trust machines.
Now how come?
Once I got a machine-made shake from some other place, and it clanked and clunked and spit out a glop into my glass. And do you know what it was made of?
Artificial turf?
What? No, powder.
What?
Powder.
Chowder.
Come in today for hand-dip shakes made with real milk. Only at Steak and Shake.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
And we're here in the top of the 6th. Bria Bush still on the mound. The Nighthawks still with a lead. And the Nighthawks still yet to give up a run in this doubleheader matchup with Georgia Southwestern. That will be the dangerous part of the lineup. 3, 4, 5 due up for the Hurricanes. And a very dangerous hitter in Haley Tierce to lead it off. Tierce, the school record holder for most homers and RBIs in a season. In fact, she can pick up a couple of RBIs in the next few innings of this game, and a doubleheader tomorrow against Young Harris. She'll break her own RBI record from her freshman year. She was freshman of the year last year in the Peach Belt Conference and was a finalist for National Freshman of the Year, so a good player for Georgia Southwestern in the middle of this lineup. Good defensive player at shortstop as well. Bria Bush, first pitch to her. The ball is hit in the air into right field. Lexi Duncan going to make the catch for out number 1. And a quick first out in this top of the 6th. The Nighthawks have held Tierce so far to 1 for 5 on the day. As designated player Martin will come to the plate. Martin is 0 for 2 today. First pitch is hit into the hole between first and second. Duncan will come up throwing, but Martin hustling out of the box, able to get to first. She has a single to start this inning, with 1 out in this inning. And now it'll be Denny, who's playing first in this game 2, to come to the plate. 0 for 2. 222 with 2 homers and 21 RBIs last year. She hit a homer last weekend earlier this week versus UNCP. It's UNC Pembroke who hosted Georgia Southwestern on April 10th. Hurricanes were able to sweep that series 10-2, 4-1. 1-0 on the way here, low and away for ball 2. Not found any hitting success so far today, have yet to score a run, and now 10 plus innings of play. Combination of Kylie Smith and to this point Bria Bush has held Georgia Southwestern to 5 hits. 2-0 on the way. That ball is hit back to Bush. She's going to go to first for out number 1. A return throw to second will not be made. So Martin will head to second. Denny will be out via a 1-3 at first. We'll have 2 away in the inning. We'll have Sabrina Saber coming to the plate. Saber is 0 for 1 with a walk. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in game 1. First pitch on the way to Saber. Misses the inside corner for ball 1. Like that one just missed. Looked like a pretty good pitch from Bush on the mound, but where we are in the press box here, a little off center. It's hard to tell with that inside corner. And the 1-0 on the way. High for ball 2. Saber's a 5'7" freshman from Decula, Georgia. He's walked 13 times so far this season. 2-0 pitch on the way. Finds his own for strike 1. In fact, walking is something that Georgia Southwestern does a lot of. Came into this series 162 walks, which was tied for second in the Peach Belt Conference. And the 2-1 on the way. Low for ball 3. Nighthawks came into the series giving up 136 walks. 136 walks. Came in 305 innings. Had a strikeout to walk ratio of over 2. As that 3-1 is popped up on the infield. Deep will make the catch at second, and that will end a quiet top of the 6th inning for Georgia Southwestern, so they're able to get a 1-out single. But Bria Bush once again able to hold the Hurricanes at bay. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th with the Nighthawks leading 4-0 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
And with the rain coming down at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium, the Nighthawks will come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning. Umbrellas out in the stands, as it looks like the weather front has finally arrived here. But luckily for us, we don't have to worry about a rain delay, as one of the premier complexes in the nation resides right here in all-turf Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium. So the players might be a little wet, but the game will go on as long as there is no foul weather like lightning. And Shelby Hammondtree will come to the plate. Hammondtree is 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the bottom of the 4th. Interesting to see how Kaylee Sykes deals with the ball being wet. Does have a towel behind her that she can try her hand off with for every pitch. First pitch on the way from Sykes. Hammondtree rips it foul down the third base line. Coach Davenport at third, not even a muscle twitch at that one. Hammondtree has really been seeing the ball well. 4 hits so far in this doubleheader. 2 doubles, a homer, and a single. 3 for 3 last game, 1 for 2 this game. So 4 for 5 freshman catcher out of Ringgold, Georgia. 0-1 low for ball one. She was named the Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Week on February 20th. She had .526 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs during competition that included the Captain D's Classic. And the 1-1 on the way. That ball is ripped into left field past the leaping Tierce. So another single for Hammondtree. She hit at Hammondtree 3 consecutive home runs and as many at-bats against Seton Hill in the finale of that Captain D's Classic. She's only the 7th person in Peach Belt Conference history to have a 3-home-run game. So Lexi Duncan will come to the plate. Duncan 0 for 2 with a pop-out and a strikeout in this ball game. Corners in for Georgia Southwestern. First pitch to Duncan, lays down the bunt. Only play going to be to first. She's out at first. The return throw to second is nicely caught there by Tierce. That ball had the chance to go into left center field, and if it did, that ball could have rolled for a long way. A sacrifice. 5-4 for Duncan. Allows Hammondtree to head to second. Jordan Deep steps to the plate 0 for 2. Chance to drive in a run here. First pitch on the way. Low for ball one. Deep went 0 for 1 in game one of this doubleheader. 1-0 finds inside corner for strike one. No runs, 3 hits, no errors so far for Georgia Southwestern. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for North Georgia. As the 1-1 on the way. That one bounces well in front of the plate for ball two. Jordan Deep with 6 homers and 13 RBIs on the year. So a lot of power, just some of those home runs have not come with runners on base as the 2-1 fouled off into the Georgia Southwestern dugout. And has a chance to drive in a run with 1 away here with Hammondtree on second. Back into the box deep, righty-righty matchup, 2-2 on the way. Ball is ripped foul down the third base line. Had a good swing at that one, just a little bit out in front. See if she can stay back just a quarter of a second or so next time, and she might be able to rip that one down the third base line. And the 2-2 on the way from Sykes. That ball is hit in the air to left field. Davis going back, turned around, and made the catch as she was kind of twisting and turning on that ball to left. Able to make a nice catch for out number 2. So Deep with another hard hit ball, but this one right at Davis and left, who made a nice play for out number 2. Bring Kaylee Turner to the plate, 0 for 2 so far in this ball game. Scored her 10th run of the season in game 1 of this series. There's also drawn 15 walks. 1-0 on the way. That ball is fouled back to the screen over the press box as that one got just over the screen. Outfield straight up against Turner. Sanders at second, shaded into the hole. 1-1 on the way. Just missed the outside corner for ball 2. Two-one on the way. Looks like it just missed hitting Turner. Heading to third is Hammondtree with some heads-up base running. Count will be 3 balls and a strike. Alex has given up 2 walks in this ball game. Gives her 49 walks for the year in 68 innings pitched. Also given up 12 home runs now in those 68 innings with, well, 68 plus this 5 plus she's thrown today as that 3-1 is hit up the middle, and that's going to score another run for the Nighthawks. So the ball back to the screen leads to a run for the Nighthawks. And it was ruled a wild pitch. That allowed Hammondtree to head to third. And the single up the middle from Turner, her second hit of the doubleheader, increases the lead to 5-0 for the Nighthawks. Have a pinch runner at first, be Brittany Gillum. Gillum's a transfer from the State College of Florida. Yet to attempt a stolen base so far this year. Junior infielders from Chiefland, Florida, listed at 5'9". It'll be Jessica Finch who will step to the plate. Finch is 0 for 2 so far in this ball game. Went 0 for 1 in game 1, so looking for a first hit of the doubleheader, and right there on the first pitch, she gets it. Heading to second is Gillum. As the rain continues to come down harder, flip the lineup, Sydney Sprague will come to the plate. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out to short in the third, and walked and scored on Steph Hartness's home run in the 5th inning. Looks like we'll have a meeting on the mound. Eddie Ward for Georgia Southwestern going to head out there and have a conversation with his pitcher, Kaylee Sykes. Sykes thus far, 5.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. This will be pitch number 85 she will deliver. Nighthawks, though, with runners on first and second with 2 away. Sydney Sprague right here could end this ball game with 1 swing. Saw Shelby Hammondtree hit a quote-unquote walk-off in bottom of the 5th inning in game 1. Not your traditional walk-off homer to win a tight game, but a walk-off home run to clinch an 8-0 victory for the Nighthawks. Saw Sprague hit a bomb to left center in game 1, so we know she has the power. We'll see if she can get a hold of a ball here, but even just a ball in the gap would give the Nighthawks the opportunity to score 1, if not more, runs. Brittany Gillum at second. Kaylee Turner at first. And the first pitch on the way to Sprague, high and away for ball 1. Actually, that's a pinch runner at first, Casey Oakley. 1-0 low for ball 2. So both Turner and Finch have been pulled for pinch runners. We've got Gillum at second, got Oakley at first, and a 2-0 count on Sprague with Steph Hartness on deck. And the 2-0 on the way. Finds its own for strike 1. The Nighthawks going for 10 straight wins in Peach Belt Conference play in this ball game. 2-1 pitch on the way. Outside for ball 3. Sprague way ahead in the count here. 3 balls and a strike. Nighthawks will have Columbus State tomorrow. As that 3-1 hits Sprague, and she'll head down to first. So the bases are loaded now. There are still 2 away. Sprague is hit for the second time in the ball game, and Steph Hartness will come to the plate. 2 for 2, a single, a homer, and a walk in the third. Looks like we'll have a pitching change. Tell you about the Steak and Shake call to the bullpen made by Georgia Southwestern on the other side of this break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Hand dipped with real milk is the only way to make a milkshake. You can't trust machines.
Now how come?
Once I got a machine-made shake from some other place, and it clanked and clunked and spit out a glop into my glass. And do you know what it was made of?
Artificial turf?
What? No, powder.
What?
Powder.
Chowder.
Come in today for hand-dip shakes made with real milk. Only at Steak and Shake.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
And Georgia Southwestern makes a Steak and Shake call to the bullpen. When hunger strikes, visit Steak and Shake at 269 Morrison Moore Parkway in Dahlonega. As the new pitcher will be Brittany Childs, who we saw in Game 1. Childs came on in relief of Shannon Gibson through 2.1 innings, gave up a hit, a run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. This is away for ball 1. And the 1-0 on the way from Childs. Finds the outside corner for strike 1. Was the starter in Game 2 of a Peach Belt Conference doubleheader on Tuesday against UNC Pembroke. 1-1 low for ball 2. Thought we might see her in Game 2, but Coach Eddie Ward perhaps deciding the Nighthawks saw her for a good bit of that first game. Didn't want to give them the advantage of already having seen the pitcher start Game 2. Count will be 3 balls and a strike. Saw Young Harris do that last week. 3-1 on the way here to Hartness. Misses for ball 4. That's going to walk a run in. So Hartness able to draw an RBI walk. Second walk drawn of the ball game. Bring Alicia Frierson to the plate. So for 3. First pitch on the way here to Frierson. Low for ball 1. Missed away for ball 2. Young Harris series last weekend. The Nighthawks able to get 4-2 win and 7-3 win. That's a 2-0 on the way to Frierson. Misses inside for ball 3. Saw Nikki Kowalski for Young Harris come in and throw an inning in Game 1. And got the start in Game 2 for Young Harris. 3-0 finds the zone. And Kowalski went all 6 innings in Game 2 and threw 150 pitches. 3-1 on the way here to Frierson. Misses outside for ball 4. And the Nighthawks able to drive another run in via walk. It's 7-0 here. Kaylin Anthony will re-enter and come to the plate. Doubled and was lifted for a pinch hitter in the 4th. Also grounded out 3 unassisted to drive in a run in the 1st. Eddie Ward perhaps deciding not to do the same as we saw from Young Harris last week, because Gibson did throw a good portion of that ball game. Decided to go with the fresh pitcher Kaylee Sykes, who had made 12 starts on the year. She held the Nighthawks at bay for the most part, but was lifted in this inning. Now the Nighthawks have been able to drive in 2 runs via walk. 0-1 low in the dirt. Count will be a ball and a strike. Decided to bring Childs out of the bullpen. 1-1 pitch on the way. Finds the outside corner for strike 2, and the count will be a ball and 2 strikes. Hawks 1 run away from ending this ball game in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 on the way. Fouled back to the screen by Anthony. Had a good swing at that one. Georgia Southwestern at the same time. 1 strike, 1 out away from extending this game at least for another 3 outs. And the 1-2 on the way to Anthony. Ball is ripped into right field, foul, as it gets into the North Georgia bullpen. So a little bit late on that one, had a good swing. Stays alive in the at-bat. Childs came into this weekend 2-4 in Peach Belt Conference play with a 2.04 ERA as that ball is hit to third. Saber able to make the catch, tag the bag unassisted, and that's going to do it for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the 6th, but they're able to add 3 more runs and take a 7-0 lead to the top of the 7th inning here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity. It's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
Seven, 8, 9 due up to face the Nighthawks here in the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Bria Bush back on to try to finish this one off. And she's thrown 6 scoreless innings, scattered 3 hits. Able to scatter 3 walks as well, so 6 base runners for Georgia Southwestern, but none of them have been able to cross the plate. It'll be Brittany Childs to lead this one off. Lead off the top of the 7th for Georgia Southwestern. In game 1, Childs came on as a reliever for Shannon Gibson, went 0 for 1. Nighthawks 3 outs away from winning their 10th straight Peach Belt Conference matchup. It'll be their 5th straight series win. Streak that started on March 26th against Augusta. They've been able to sweep Augusta, USC Aiken, Lander, Young Harris, and now close to sweeping Georgia Southwestern here just 3 outs away. So they scored 8 runs in 5 innings in the first game to win it. Have 7 runs in game 2. Scored 6 of those 7 in the last 3 frames. They closed this one out strong. Now it'll just be up to the pitching and defense to put the final touches on this doubleheader. First pitch hit to third, and Frierson, who is a designated player, came in to play third. Unable to make the catch there and throw to first, so it's a leadoff base runner for Georgia Southwestern. as the error will be charged to Frierson. With the runner on, that ball hit in the air into right center field. Hartness, a long run, able to make an easy catch for out number 1. Hitter there for Georgia Southwestern, Ella Hawkins. So after an E5, the Nighthawks able to get the first out of the inning. And now at the plate, Emily Smith, who has yet to record an official at bat, has picked up 2 walks so far in this ball game. And the 1-0 on the way here from Bush, high for ball 2. And the 2-0 misses his own for ball 3, so Bush in jeopardy of walking her 4th hitter of the ball game. Only thrown, this will be pitch number 70 for her. Rio pitch on the way, low for ball 4, and indeed allows another walk to Georgia Southwestern. One of the most patient teams in the Peach Belt Conference came in tied for second in walks drawn in the conference. Flip the lineup now, and it'll be Brittany Davis coming to the plate. So for 3. Hasn't been able to get on base since a leadoff double in game 1. The ball is hit to short. Sprague will go the short way to third. Frierson able to catch the throw from Sprague, and that is going to be out number 2 in the inning. So the Nighthawks able to pick off the lead runner there, 2 away. And as Michaela Barlow comes to the plate. Barlow is 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 1 in game 1, so 0 for 4 in the doubleheader. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Barlow came into this ball game with a slash line of 380 average, 560 on base percentage, 460 slugging. So someone that was getting on base a lot for Georgia Southwestern, and Nighthawks have been able to shut her down so far in this doubleheader. Yeah, it's a Georgia Southwestern NCAA era single season records in doubles and hits. So a very good hitter at the top of this lineup that has been able to figure out Bria Bush in this game and Kylie Smith last game. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Dangerous Haley Tierce on deck for Georgia Southwestern. 2-1 pitch on the way. The ball is fouled back to the screen. The count even. And the Nighthawks now just 1 strike away, 1 out away from win number 38 of the season. Barring a miracle, the Nighthawks will move to 38-10 on the year, 17-4 in the Peach Belt Conference. Georgia Southwestern will move to 22-30 and 7-15. As that 2-2 is hit in the air deep to left field. Lexi Duncan able to make a nice running grab, and that's going to do it for Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Nighthawks win Game 2 by a 7-0 score. They shut out Georgia Southwestern over 12 innings and increase their Peach Belt Conference winning streak to 10 games. We'll go to a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up this doubleheader for you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Why do they call it a home-style breakfast?
I tell you what, I was in Steak and Shake in 1934 having a home-style breakfast. I told the cook, this is the same style breakfast that my mama makes at home. The cook turned around, and it was my mama. She said, that's the idea, dummy. Now get back here and wash these dishes.
A mother's love has no equal.
Huh?
Start your day with a delicious home-style breakfast, only at Steak and Shake.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity. It's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
The UNG Campus Connection is your university bookstore. It's the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom, and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Campus Connection is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Softball Championship, May 25th through 29th at Moyer Park in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
And the NSN post-game report is brought to you by Peachtree Packaging. For all your boxing, packaging, and display needs, visit peachtreepackaging.com. The Nighthawks able to seal the doubleheader win with a 7-0 score. They were able to shut out Georgia Southwestern over 12 innings. They only gave up 5 total hits in the 12 innings between these two doubleheader games. In Game 2, picking up the win, Bria Bush. She moves to 8-4 on the year. The loss goes to Kaylee Sykes. She moves to 4-8. Bria Bush for Game 2. And 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, no earned, 4 walks, no strikeouts. Threw 76 pitches in those 7 innings. Kaylee Sykes in the loss for Georgia Southwestern. 5.2 innings, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Brittany Childs came in and was able to record an out after walking in 2 North Georgia runs, leading the Nighthawks at the plate. Steph Hartness 2 for 2, hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. And also saw Shelby Hammond-Treat pick up 2 more hits after a 3 for 3 performance in Game 1, so she finishes 5 for 6 for the series, including a couple of doubles, a homer, and a couple of singles. So a nice series for the freshman catcher. Kaylee Turner 1 for 3. Also saw Sydney Sprague score 2 runs, went 0 for 1. Was hit twice by a pitch and was able to reach via walk. So the Nighthawks increased their Peach Belt Conference winning streak to 10 games, moved to 17-4 in Peach Belt Conference play, and now their magic number to win the Peach Belt Conference outright and to get the number 1 seed down to 3 games. We'll have 2 of those games for you tomorrow on the Nighthawk Sports Network, as North Georgia will take on Columbus State. First pitch in that one scheduled for 2 p.m. Nighthawks will also play Montevallo on Tuesday in a makeup game, as their second game of the doubleheader on March 11th at Montevallo was postponed, so they'll play that one on Tuesday. Georgia Southwestern will travel to Young Harris tomorrow, their first pitch in that game slated for 2 p.m. For all of us here at the Nighthawk Sports Network, we say go Nighthawks, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon.